Hi, sister friends. In my very first And Another Thing video, I had a topic that was starting to go too long, and I realized this needs to be its own separate video. I want to keep And Another Thing very short, quippy, little, tiny, itty bitty, short clips about things that I forgot to put in there or things that I need to correct. This became a whole topic, and a topic that's been on my mind and video clips that I have been saving over the past year. And I just figured now is the time I'm going to put it all together. So I'm going to take the segment that I did record from And Another Thing, where I'm wearing the same sweatshirt, but the lighting and everything is going to look completely different because we are on a different day today. I'm not going to be fooling anybody, but I am going to now be inserting more of my commentary into video clips that I have along with that and put it all together to make one video showing Kody's care and attention and his concern for ROBYN when she was possibly in pain versus his care and attention to kids such as Truely and Ysabel when they were in pain. I will admit I have left out of this video McKelty. Not on purpose. It was an oversight, but I did address it in And Another Thing. And that is the situation when McKelty got thrown from the horse and Kody went up and he's checking on her and she was crying and she was in pain and
he's screaming.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm a little concerned because she's in pain and I saw her come off that horse.
He's like, okay, somebody stay with her. I'm getting on the horse because I think it's important that this horse learn that he can't throw somebody from it. So you all keep an eye on McKelty over there.
Immediately after McKelty's thrown off the horse, it's very important that the horse be taught that it can't get away with being naughty.
Writhing in pain on the ground. I'm going for a horse ride.
So I have her roll to her knees. She's still out of her breath. She's still crying. She's still in pain. Is it just because it's sore?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know why that horse was way more important to him than McKelty was, but it was. Just kidding. Let's go back and start splicing in the video clips and the other recording that I did discussing this topic. Let's go. This is going back to the four-wheeler accident again. I had written down here, this was, I don't remember if I was rewatching my video during editing or it was, anyway, maybe it was a comment that somebody wrote on the video that sparked something in my head. But I wrote, you know, what's interesting is that Kody's mind went to life flight for ROBYN when she just tumbled off the four-wheeler, okay? And ROBYN was fine.
If any tweak of pain hits, we want to stop and get a life flight out here.
Yeah, she's fine. She's fine.
However, Ysabel went for year after year after year in chronic pain. We could really stop the whole video right there. She had years of chronic pain. Versus
if any tweak of pain hits, we want to stop and get a life flight out here.
No surgery, Kody said. No surgery. Nope. You keep doing these exercises. Oh, by the way, they're painful too. And wear that brace, which is also painful.
It's horrible wearing the daytime brace. It's awful. I hate it so much. It hurts all over. I have bruises. And it squeezes on me. And it hurts.
Yeah, basically stay in pain every single day because I am not going to agree to have you get surgery.
For the rest of your life.
But the surgery, whether you do it when she's 50 degrees or whether she does it at 60 degrees, does it make a difference?
Not a material difference. I prefer a 50-degree curve, but we operate on 80 to 100-degree curves and more.
But it can be painful.
And the reason we're asking is because we really desire an opportunity to consider other stuff, other therapies.
If there were other alternative means for treatment for her, we would really be doing them.
Kody, Father of the Year. So let's take a look at Ysabel doing her exercises and find out how often she does them.
We did exercises in the beginning. I've been doing my exercises for like an hour and a half a day. I can't do anything besides exercises and homework. because that's all I have time for when I get home from school.
Dealing with very uncomfortable, painful back braces as well as therapies.
And then the torso trainer kind of sometimes hurts, but not as bad as the brace.
Okay, let's point that out. So the torso trainer, which is that apparatus that we saw, is painful, she admits, but not as painful as the back brace that she has to wear all day long. And Kody kept saying no, no, no to surgery. I get there's a risk with every surgery. I do. I understand that. I honestly do.
I don't think I would consent to surgery unless I thought it was threatening her life.
Threatening her life. That's the only way she gets surgery. Whole separate video I'll do another time, but let me just point out, Dayton had the ATV accident. Serious, significant facial tearing up. Probably didn't threaten his life, but it was bad. He had surgery. As he should have. As he should have. It would have to be a horrible parent who would not have their child go in for surgery after that. But 2 years later, guess what? Dayton got another surgery. Why? Chronic pain, headaches, something affiliated with it, unable to see. Is the vision off something? No. His eyelid drooped. They found a plastic surgeon who was willing to do the eye surgery for him. Ysabel, in chronic pain, no surgery unless it's life-threatening. Dayton, no pain that we know of. No one ever said he was in any pain. No pain. Living his life. Can we get him a plastic surgery? And that eye where he had that surgery, it's drooping. Drooping. So now we are going to find out how often Ysabel is doing these hour-and-a-half exercises that she's supposed to be doing every day. She's a child. Obviously, she's not doing them all the time every day. As adults, they probably do not expect them to literally do them every day. Although you should. Let's see what Ysabel says. Sweet Ysabel, who always tells the truth.
How often do you do your exercises?
Like 80% of the time.
That's a D in school.
What?
We knew math was hard for ROBYN. We learn in this episode, math is hard for Kody too. We've known it all along. I forgot about this episode. Kody math is 80% is a D. It's a D in school. You do 80% of your work, you get a D. Since when? New math? New math? Or maybe you're doing old math? I don't know. But in my world, 80% was always a B, not a D. But D and B do sound a lot alike. So maybe he's just confused. In his whole life, he thought when he was getting D's, he was getting B's, and that B's were D's. I don't know.
That would explain a lot.
But then we have Ysabel explain to us why. Why is it that she is not perfect? Because Kody's basically wanting her to be perfect. 80%? Good.
No.
He wants 100%. He wants her to be perfect. Ysabel, why are you not perfect? Why are you not doing an hour and a half of exercises 100% of the time every single day? Do tell.
They're hard. I'm tired at the end of the day. And then I have migraines a lot. So sometimes I don't do exercises on those days that I have migraines because I can't because it hurts so much.
Oh, has anyone ever had a migraine? Horrible. Of course she's not doing her exercises on the day she has a migraine. You're laying in bed with a pillow on top of your head, trying to make it as dark as possible, praying that you can just fall asleep so that you cannot feel the pain of the migraine anymore. They're the worst. Obviously, on migraine day, she's not going to do it. And I'm sure there were other situations that came up on days where there was a major test and a project and this and that and everything else due the next day. Some days you're up until, I remember with my kids, I remember with myself, but I especially remember with my kids, 1 o'clock in the morning, seeing their light on and going in their rooms going, come on, you got to get some sleep. I can't. I got this test tomorrow. I got to study some more. And this project on this other class is due on the same day. And I couldn't do my part until so-and-so did his and he just finished it and sent it to me. So now I have to do it's just, Sometimes in life, you don't have control over everything. In Kody's life, he has control of nothing. He should understand this very well. So sometimes she didn't do her exercises. Did Kody not know she suffered from migraines?
That's a possibility.
It makes sense. Having spine and spinal cord stuff, that migraines would be affiliated with that. That makes sense to me. Did her father not know this information?
That's a possibility.
Was he not spending enough time and attention, even all the way back in Vegas with Christine and her kids?
That's a possibility.
I want to know. But sweet little Ysabel does what sweet little Ysabel always does, and she will apologize and say she'll do better. And then Kody gives her a big hug and says, I know, I'm so sorry, I'm hard on you. I can't even say it with a straight face. Can't even pretend. If I feel like I'm channeling Kody, I can't even with a straight face act sympathetic and empathetic and nurturing and loving. No, he does not go up to her and give her a big hug and say, I understand, and 80%, I just realized, is really a B, and that's pretty darn good. No, we don't get any of that. This is what he does.
You gotta do the work to not do the surgery.
Right. I'll do my exercises.
All right, we're going to jump forward now. Now, on the show, we saw over the years multiple visits to multiple different doctors, multiple different treatments. She even did a 2-week boot camp up in Michigan. They tried to stop this curvature of the spine to avoid surgery. Nothing really worked. So here we are, up to date in Flagstaff. It's 2021. Ysabel's 17 years old. She's in terrible pain. And Ysabel and Christine are sitting down with Kody to explain to him they need to go do this surgery. It's not ideal timing because Kody is still abiding by all his COVID rules. But it is about, at this time, I believe, April, I want to say. So it's about 5 months away from when they scheduled the surgery. Now, for timeline's sake, my understanding of it, if I remember the episode correctly, in January, they went to the doctor, and that was when Ysabel had said, I can't take it anymore. Well, she said, I can't take it anymore, even before that. But they got into the doctor in January. They got the x-rays. They found out that her curvature had moved beyond 50-degree angle. It started off at like a 32 at the beginning of us following this journey of Ysabel. The highest we saw it on the show was, I think, a 44. And that was right before they moved to Flagstaff. So it's over 50 now. Over 50 was the mark where the doctor said, nothing else is going to work. You have to have surgery. That's where they are. That's not including the pain factor in this whole situation.
So in the end, at what point do you do surgery?
Surgery is generally about 50 degrees. We'll see what our x-ray is today.
Which is beyond. All right, let's follow along with the story.
So we got Ysabel's x-rays in January because she started talking about her back hurting her a lot more. And her curve is over 50 degrees now. So it's just time to get the surgery.
Why don't we put it out 6 months because of the pandemic?
Because of her pain level, Kody.
Kody, clueless. Why do we put it out 6 months? Okay, now let me just point out, right now, they said they were planning on going in September. My understanding, if I have the timeline correct, is we are in April right now. So it already is 5 months out. Kody would like to add an additional 6 months onto that. Basically, he's saying, why don't we give it 1 more year of pain? I know it's going to curve a lot more. I know that's going to make the surgery a lot worse. I know the recovery will be a lot worse. I know it's going to be a miserable year for you. But there's the pandemic. Well, let's think about this for a second. What does the pandemic even have anything to do with Ysabel? People all over the world had to still go into hospitals and deliver babies. People all over the world were having heart attacks, needing surgeries. Things were happening. This would be a non-essential surgery initially. So I would say if this were over a year ago, it wouldn't have happened. But we are now not in 2020 anymore. This is about April of 2021. We already have vaccines, and the surgery is scheduled out not until September. Kody's response? I'll wait 6 more months. What does the pandemic have to do with this? Is he really concerned about Ysabel? Not once. As we listen to him talk and explain why he's hesitant about this, why he doesn't want her to go, why he doesn't want to go himself, all this time he never once expresses concern about Ysabel getting COVID. It's all about Christine and Ysabel catching COVID and bringing it back to the family. What family? Oh, well, we know that's Robyn and Kody's family, because the rest of the family, they've been seeing each other and getting together. That's been happening. Only Robyn has been excluding herself and keeping Kody away from everybody and her kids away from everybody. And she's been staying away from everybody. So this is all Robyn, the neck that turns the head. She has complete control over him. Complete control. Oh, I'm my own man. You don't know me if you don't think that I'm my own man with my own thoughts. Remember that scene? All lies. Kody does what Robyn says. This is the classic example. So Kody's like, no, I don't think it's a good idea. Back and forth, why it's not a good idea. And it's always about COVID coming back. We should wait more time. And then
She's in constant pain.
Jeez.
So I understand there's a pandemic going on, but why don't I call them and just say, hey, what is it like there?
he kept saying no until Christine put her foot down and said she is getting surgery.
But she's in enough pain and I can't wait.
Listen, I'm not flying there. I'm not going to New York, all right? So I think that you should wait for the surgery.
She's in pain.
Ysabel's pain level she's been living between an 8 and a 9. She's in that much pain. I've never had the kind of pain that she has, except in childbirth, natural childbirth. That was it.
Between an 8 and a 9. She's been living between an 8 and a 9. Again, let's just reflect. Robyn laying on the ground, moving around after going off the ATV, and Kody in the talking head interview reflecting later on says, if there was any twinge of pain, I'd have called life flight. Life flight. Any twinge of pain. This child is living at a pain threshold of 8 to 9 every day, and Kody doesn't get it.
I don't understand how he cannot know how much pain she's in. Maybe if he was around more, he'd see this more. God.
He doesn't get it. He wants her to wait a year, another year in that pain. Not because she's going to get COVID while she's in that hospital, because she might bring COVID back to Robyn's family. Or if he goes, he would bring COVID back to Robyn's family, which he won't. He won't if he quarantines. Another situation here. He can 100% stay away. He can go to Mary's house. Mary's got nobody over there. She's got that big old honking huge mansion herself. She would be thrilled to cook him dinner every day.
Yeah, she would.
He can go stay in one of the bedrooms over there. It wouldn't cost a penny. Not a penny. Spend 2 weeks there. Could have tested, found out if he had it, waited another 2 weeks, tested again. Negative, fine, move on. He's been watching, it's been driving him nuts, but he's been watching Christine flit all around the country visiting all of her kids. He's so jealous of that. He was so jealous of that. He kept saying how irresponsible she was, etc., etc. He just was upset that Robyn was keeping him in that house and not letting him go anywhere. And then he watches them go all around. He was so jealous that he just kept throwing all this anger towards her. I can't believe it. She was visiting her children.
How dare she?
But all that time she's driving all around the country, flying around the country, visiting all of these kids. She never got COVID. God is good. All right, let's go back. Ysabel, bring it back down, Jenny. Serious. Ysabel is in a daily 7 to 8 pain threshold level of pain. Okay, this is a section where Kody says not the dumbest. This is where Kody says, well, this is where he shows his cards. Let's just say that. This shows what's on Kody's mind all the time. This is where it shows he has zero concern for Ysabel. He's all worried about what Robyn's going to think or say about COVID. He suggests, again, can't we wait 6 months? And again, it drives me nuts that he says wait 6 months because they are waiting 5 months before they go. He means an additional 6 months. He refuses to use the word additional because he knows how bad it's going to look if he does. I wish Christine would have called him out on that, but okay, I'll do it for her. All right, so Kody, can we wait another 6 months?
Does it hurt us to wait 6 months?
Ysabel's response?
And I think it could only get worse.
Obviously, it's been doing nothing but getting worse this entire time. It's not going to get any better. But she has to tell Kody the obvious, right? I don't know. I think it's just going to get worse. What does Kody say?
Wait for it.
You think the pandemic's just going to get worse?
No, like my pain, like scoliosis.
Oh my goodness. I'm speechless.
Yep, speechless.
Oh, Kody, can you just focus on your child and your daughter and her pain for a second in this conversation? This is not about you, ROBYN, and COVID. It is not. It is about Ysabel and her pain in her back and this surgery that she has to go through that she doesn't want to. Nobody wants to go through a major spinal surgery, but because her pain is so bad, she's like, please give it to me. I'll take it. And he is unable to see what's right in front of him, his daughter right in front of him. And when he says, can't you wait 6 months? And she says, well, I mean, it's just going to keep getting worse. You think the pandemic's going to keep getting worse? She's like, I'm not talking about the pandemic, Dad. I'm talking about me and my pain in my back. You're talking about the pandemic. There's two conversations going on. Christine and Ysabel are talking about Ysabel. Kody, he's just talking about the pandemic and ROBYN. Two different conversations going on here.
It's already 9 months past the time when she told me she couldn't take it anymore.
Let's let COVID pass.
Too much of a risk.
I don't know why they can't wait.
I don't know how you could say those words. What do you mean you don't know why? What? You've been going to all her appointments, at least back in Vegas. Every single one of them we saw on the show, they said, once it hits 50, surgery. You know how much pain she's in. We've seen the tears on the show through the years. What do you mean you don't know why it can't wait? I don't know why you didn't do it 2 or 3 years ago. And sorry, a pandemic came, not her fault. Had you taken care of this years ago, it would have been before the pandemic, and this would not be a consideration or a problem or a situation at all. But you didn't, Kody. You kept dragging your feet. You kept saying no, 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 until Christine is coming and she's saying, we're going, with or without you. She will not allow her child to be in pain one more day because of Kody's stupid patriarchy and her bowing down to his directives in the family, which are ridiculous.
I just have a problem with putting us all at risk and other people at risk with us traveling to do the surgery during this pandemic.
Insensitive, 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 insensitive. You can't go alleviate any of this pain because you traveling there, I mean, there's a possibility that maybe, possibly, somebody might get COVID. And then he pauses and he stops at this moment because he realizes what he's saying is stupid and that her family, they've been traveling around anyway. He's like, oh yeah, I'm the one that's stuck in the house with ROBYN. I forgot. They are traveling around. I was mad about that. I'm jealous. Then, after he thinks about it, he throws in another line, which is in reference to ROBYN. And he tells Ysabel that she needs to respect where people are on this COVID situation. ROBYN doesn't need to respect the fact that this child is in chronic pain. That doesn't matter. She needs to respect the fact that ROBYN is scared and she doesn't want Kody or anyone in the family to leave their houses, even though schools are back in session at this point. But okay.
That's an issue to the whole family. It's like you have to respect where people are on this.
Ysabel's look at him shows that she knows he's talking about ROBYN and she's not so happy about it. And then he doubles down and says, it's not all about what Ysabel needs, it's about what the whole family needs. Oh. So he finds not even of equal value, but higher value, the needs of ROBYN feeling safe and not having anybody travel over Ysabel's chronic pain medical condition. It's sickening. Oh, he's going to double down again. He just keeps talking about this pandemic over and over again. Yeah, I know. It's been over a year. It's been around. We're very familiar with it. Life has gone on. Schools are open. Everything's opened up again a year later. Just not your house, Kody. At least where I lived, everything was open a year later. Ysabel's begging him to understand and saying, listen, if it wasn't safe, they wouldn't do it. So, they're not going to tell us to go into an unsafe situation. Kody has no comeback for that. other than I understand that the surgery is important to you. Like, it's not important to her. It's a medical necessity to alleviate her chronic pain and to keep that spine from getting any worse so that when it inevitably has to be straightened out, it's not going to be more intensive of a surgery. This is just common sense, Kody. I don't understand why this is so difficult for him to grasp, but it is because he knows Robyn's going to say no. And he's trying to figure out a way to say, no, I can't do this.
I'm not going to I'm not going to go there, okay?
I'm trying to do what's right for Ysabel.
I understand.
Pandemic is very inconvenient for him, I'm afraid.
But we have to do what's right for the whole family, not just what Ysabel needs.
Ouch.
They wouldn't have the surgery or give us the surgery if they thought it was unsafe.
I understand this is really important to you, Ysabel. What do we do? If you're going to go do the surgery, what are we going to do?
And even then, he said, can she go to New York and have it done by herself?
No, he didn't.
Do we send Ysabel by herself?
Did he really just say that?
Ysabel, if you could do it in September and had to do it by yourself with just Wendy taking care of you.
It wouldn't happen.
Or wait 6 months and be able to have me and Mom go.
I don't know.
Those are the two choices he gave her. Here are the two choices. You can go in September.
All alone.
Wendy, who is Christine's sister, which is where Christine was going to stay and where after she got discharged from the hospital, she was going to stay for a while until they medically cleared her to travel home. You can go stay with that aunt in another state that you don't see that often, Wendy. You can go stay with Wendy and have the surgery done in September, or you can wait another 6 months after that and Mom and I will go. He pulled Christine away from the equation and made Ysabel choose surgery, and Aunt Wendy will be there, or Mom and I together will be with you if you wait an additional 6 months. He's a manipulative SOB.
I'm not going to get surgery by myself. No, you're not. 100%. 100%. I'm going with you. I'm going with you to the surgery. You're not going by yourself. That's not an option. I wouldn't do that to you. Okay. I would never, okay? I'd never, ever do that.
I had to edit out a whole bunch of it, but over and over again, Christine kept saying, this isn't going to happen. No, she's not going to go by herself. No, this isn't going to happen. She's not going to. No, she's not going to. And he just kept interrupting Christine and saying, Ysabel, let me just give you this scenario. What do you choose? It's an impossible choice. And that's when she breaks down in tears, understandably. Christine comforts her, reassures her, don't worry about it. I'm going with you no matter what. I will be there. I will be by your side. I would never let you go by yourself.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
All right, so we have a moment here where Kody admits he did something wrong. He said, I shouldn't have said that. Now we all know. We've been watching this family closely, and I've been doing the videos and critiquing for over a year now. What happens when Kody actually breaks down and admits he may have done something slightly wrong? Because that is so hard for him to do. It is piggybacked right away with him throwing blame in another direction. How can he possibly get out of this one, right? He said the words, can you just go by yourself? It was his idea. Watch him put a twist on it.
I'm having a really difficult time getting around what Ysabel needs because of the loudness of what Christine needs, which is all emotional needs that she's been expressing through this whole pandemic.
Christine has had emotional needs during the pandemic. You know what those emotional needs are? Can I see you and be with you at all? Because he's only been in ROBYN's house. He refuses to go to her house because she would visit other children of hers and he wouldn't come over. And so to him,
So needy. Jesus.
that's just all this emotional neediness of Christine to come over and spend some time with her and her children, her emotional needs. That's got him so upset that she wants to spend time with him that he's literally blaming her for his state of mind and the reason those words came out of his mouth. You can't make it up.
So I need to separate Christine from Ysabel in the decision to go have the surgery.
You know what? That line bothers me a lot. His posture, everything about it. Let me ponder this. I need to separate Christine from Ysabel in the decision to go have this surgery. Yes.
No shit.
Thanks, Einstein. Really bothers me when he says things like it's a word of wisdom, or like he's so brilliant and so deep and thoughtful that he figured this out and that he can't allow her to force him to behave this way anymore. Ugh. He's been married for over 35 years. 35 years ago, he needed to learn when he's upset with one wife, he can't take it out on another wife. He has 18 children. He has had over 30 years of figuring out that when he's upset with one child, he can't be taking it out on another child. This is not rocket science. Human Behavior 101 teaches you this just by living day to day and being with people. But he presents it as if this is a dissertation that he's delivering to us. And I need to separate my feelings for Christine with my decision to have Ysabel have this surgery to alleviate significant pain. So this, see, is his way to not blame ROBYN anymore. He's now saying, oh, it's not COVID, and it's not ROBYN keeping me from going because of COVID. It's Christine.
Right.
It's Christine and her neediness for me to have to come to the house and her constantly saying, are you ever going to come back again? It's been months.
Nag.
Then he has one more line, half truth, half untruth.
Honestly, it's just because I feel bad that I'm not going to be able to go.
Honestly, I feel bad. Agree. I believe you do feel bad. Should feel bad. You do feel bad because I'm not going to be able to go. Untruth. Yes, you are able to go. There is nothing keeping you back from getting in the car and going with them, or jumping on a plane and going with them. Nothing keeping you back. He doesn't want to be with Christine. He doesn't want to stay at Christine's sister's house. And even if he wanted those things, ROBYN is going to say no. No. Because you would be gone for a minimum of 2 weeks for me and the kids. And then you'd have to quarantine for 2 weeks for me and the kids. And that's a whole month. And although he spends months away from the other kids and away from the other wives, he could never do that to ROBYN, the chosen one.
Sure, we can wait. It's not like it's gonna get any worse. Unless it does. How long do you want me to wait? I'm not really needed anymore, am I? You're fine. Okay.
I was supposed to be there with her for this surgery, to be the person she leaned on, the person that she got strength from.
Yep. Could have been, should have been. You chose not to.
And the challenging part of it is Christine and I aren't getting along on things. And so it's hard for me not to see it as an opportunity for Christine to do it without me.
Alrighty, here we go. We're going to stick with this mantra that it's not ROBYN or code. You can tell that he's worked through this in his head and he's realizing this is not boding well for ROBYN and me to keep saying it's COVID's problem. So I have to blame it on Christine somehow, but don't quite know how to make the connection.
Because there isn't one.
No matter what's going on with Christine, why would you deny your presence with your daughter during a surgery?
Out of spite?
It's hard for me not to see it as an opportunity for Christine to do it without me.
What? It's hard for me to not see it as an opportunity for Christine to do something without me. Christine is trying to monopolize on this. What has she done to Ysabel to make this happen and increase her pain? Like she's stomping on her back at night. What is she doing to make this situation happen right now that Ysabel needs to go have this surgery? It's hard for me to not see this as an opportunity for her to go do this without me. It makes no sense because Christine wants Kody to go. She wants him to go. She has not left him yet in the family. She wants him there. He just admitted she's being all needy. Yes, she wants him at her house. She wants more attention. She wants more time with Kody. Here's the perfect opportunity. Now he can quarantine away from ROBYN and her kids and just be with Ysabel and Christine. And then after that, quarantine, and he can go back and spend the next 6 months with ROBYN and not see any of the other family members.
As per usual.
But he won't do it. He won't do it. Ysabel's not his priority. The question is his hatred for Christine so high that he would do that over Ysabel? I don't think so. I think his submission to ROBYN is so high that he would do that to Ysabel. The care and attention he gives one person in pain versus another person in pain is unbelievable. And can we remember then when Truely was in his care and she was ill, the amount of attention he gave her? She ended up dehydrated and her kidneys were shutting down. So she was in the hospital for over a week. Or was it longer than that? It was not good. It was not good. Because he was flitting all around and he was not even staying in the house or spending the nights with the child who was sick. He was leaving that to the other kids to take care of her.
Truly does not feel well at all. And she kept me up all night last night. She just kept moving from place to place to place.
You left her? At night?
She is definitely missing her mom.
She doesn't feel good. She doesn't really have a fever, though. I don't know what's wrong.
Did you feel how hot she was yesterday?
She wasn't that hot. I know a fever.
Okay, before we even get into the next scene, I just need to stop it here to state what seems like the obvious. He has a child who's very sick. He doesn't know what's wrong with her. He says she doesn't have a fever. But look at her position. She's in the corner on a hard kitchen floor with her head hanging down. Something is significantly wrong with this child. He doesn't take her to a doctor. I was going to say take her to an emergency room. Something's obviously wrong with her. He doesn't. That whole position of her is highly concerning, especially following the fact that the next thing he's going to say is she's worse than she was yesterday. And yesterday she needed to be held the entire time at bowling. She wasn't feeling well then either. So basically he's like, and this is worse than it was before. Just run up to the pediatrician's office. Just run up to the pediatrician's office and have them check out. Horrible parenting right there. He's the one in charge. He is the one in charge. He was not there last night with Truely. He knew Truely was sick all day at that bowling alley. He did not stay with her that night.
Truly started acting very lethargic while we were at bowling. In fact, she had to be held the entire time.
Hey, hold up.
She's actually acting a little bit worse than she was yesterday. I think she's got a little bit of flu.
Kody and Aspen and McKelty, they've both been talking to me, and Truly's really sick. And so I'm excited to get back home to see what's going on with her. You know, Kody says she just has flu-like symptoms, but not a fever. But Aspen and McKelty are pretty freaked out by her and her behavior.
Nice.
The man is so irresponsible. Let's pause for another second. What's the number one thing you do if you think somebody has the flu? You give them liquids. Aspen is not the parent in charge. McKelty is not the parent in charge. They are children themselves. Kody should have been giving instructions to McKelty and to Aspen and say, listen, she's not feeling well. She's probably not going to feel like eating or drinking. Doesn't matter. She needs to. Get a cup and make sure she takes a drink at least every 15 minutes at minimum. One sip. Every 10 minutes, even better. If she refuses it, go get a popsicle. Have her start sucking and licking and swallowing a popsicle. Anything to get liquids inside of her. That didn't happen. And it's not McKelty and Aspen's fault at all. Again, they are children. Soon as this baby was not feeling well, Kody should have dropped everything and saw to it that he was going to be caring for her that night. He could have sent over McKelty and Aspen over to ROBYN's house to spend the night with Robyn's kids. He didn't. He chose to have a good night's sleep instead.
Busted.
And he didn't even have Saul and Ari to take care of, did he? I want to say Ari wasn't even born yet, and Robyn took Saul with her on the trip. So Truly would have been the youngest child there. Kody didn't stay with her. I'm sure he stayed with Robyn's kids, the older ones. I mean, they would have been elementary school still at that age. Well, actually, we have Brianna, who is 7 years old at the time. Aurora would have been about 10 years old. She would have been either elementary or middle school. And Dayton, he was 12 years old, almost a teenager. He was in middle school. Yep, but not little Truly's age. And they weren't ill.
Where are her parents?
His wife is out of town.
And the dad? Where's the dad? I think they would have been okay if they would have had some of the older kids just spend the night at their house. Especially since Kody thought it okay that a 3-year-old who is very sick and may have the flu was okay to stay with the teenagers without him. Just want to show some discrepancies here. The time, focus, attention, love, and care that he gave to Robyn, Robyn's children that she brought into the family, Robyn's children that he had with her, versus the OG3 and the OG13 kids. It's night and day.
Case closed.
Thank you all for watching this with me. I have had these clips for a very long time. It's been like a year that I've been meaning to do something on Ysabel, something on Truly, and this was the opportunity to do it. As soon as I saw him say, if Robyn has any tinge of pain, we're calling Life Flight, I thought, I have to. I have to. The hypocrisy in this man, it's outstanding. Now we have it all together documented. You be the judge. What do you think of this situation? Thank you, sister friends, for watching this all the way to the very end. I truly appreciate you. You take care. Have a great day. God bless, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.